what if NASA did this for their countdown? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, strategize, right? Or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, second guess. No, they do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. Because they know that they've already done the strategy. They've already done the planning. They've already crunched the numbers and run the scenarios. They are confident in what they are doing, so they need to take action. Hi, I'm Chris LeBrun, your host of the Wholistic Productivity Podcast. As someone who's never been afraid of dreaming big and going for it all, I often find myself with a lot on my plate. I'm a husband and father, a nonprofit fundraiser, and an entrepreneur. What I've realized is my view of productivity was pretty toxic. After decades of believing that in order to do more, you had to work harder, I began to see productivity as this beautiful thing. Holistic productivity is the idea that you can accomplish your professional, personal, and purpose-driven goals in a healthy way, and doing so will make you happier and more fulfilled. Join me each week as we break down myths about productivity, share practical tips for maximizing your time, energy, and focus, and hear from others about their productivity journey. This is the Wholistic Productivity Podcast. Hello, and thank you so much for being here for episode number 18 of the Wholistic Productivity Podcast. My name is Chris LeBrun. I am the host of the podcast. I am a productivity coach, and I am just so glad that you are here right now. We're going to talk more about the purpose of this show and what this is all about here a little later in this episode, so stay tuned for that. But I hope if you've listened before that you are finding benefit from this show, that it is helping you see that your goals are possible, that you are able to achieve the things that bring value and purpose to your life. And so that's, again, what we're trying to do. Hopefully you have subscribed to the show so that you can catch every new episode when we drop them on Tuesday. You can find us on all major podcast platforms, wherever you like to listen to your podcasts. There we are. So make sure you subscribe and follow so that you don't miss a single episode. Today, what we are talking about is the one single thing that you need in your productivity toolbox. Yes, this is the universal principle that you need to understand no matter how you do your productivity or what system you use. This is, in fact, the magic bullet, okay? If it feels like I'm hyping this up just a little bit too much, yeah, some of it is, just to get you excited about what we're going to talk about today, but it is absolutely true that this is the one thing that you need, and this episode will help you understand how to take advantage of that. You've heard me say the reason that I do the podcast, my mission in all of this is to help people just like you dream big, plan smart, and live fully. That's in a sense what holistic productivity is all about. That's the essence of what I talk about and teach about here on the podcast and through other methods. It starts by understanding your values so that you can set big goals or dreams. I call this your vision about what you want to accomplish over the next 3 to 5 years that is going to help you achieve the things that matter most to you. That's why we align them with your values. This is your why. This is the thing that drives you. It's what defines who you are and what you need to be truly happy, whether that's in your professional goals, your personal goals, or your purpose-driven goals, right? We encompass all of that into this process of holistic productivity. Once you understand the why and you have a vision for your future, again, 3 to 5 years out, then we can help you create a plan. This is the plan smart part of that mission statement. You can create a plan to achieve your vision, to achieve your goals. Now, this isn't a work harder plan. This is, just like it says, it's about working smarter. I talk about my Sunday strategy weekly planning ritual in episode number 6. You can go back and listen to that. I'll put a link in today's show notes for that. But planning your week is one of the most important things that you can do to boost your productivity. And that's why I give away my Sunday strategy worksheet and guide for free. All you need to do is go to mysundaystrategy.com. You can sign up, get your download right away, and it only takes about 15 minutes a week to create a strategy for you to have a productive week. So what have we talked about so far? Dream big, that's creating the vision based on your values. Plan smart, that's the strategy that you are going to create to achieve your vision or your goals. And the last part, and this is the best. This is what it's really all about. Live fully. As you start achieving your goals, as you start realizing your vision, you are increasing your happiness and your fulfillment and your satisfaction. And because we have put this in every area of your life, professional, personal, and purpose-driven, you are seeing all of these things come together in every area of your life. They're aligned with your values, and you are seeing these goals being achieved, and that is just doing amazing things for your fulfillment and your happiness and your satisfaction. As great as all of this is, and I love this system of holistic productivity, none of it will make a difference without the strategy that I'm going to talk about next. In fact, it doesn't matter what system you are using. You can be using Michael Hyatt's Full Focus program. You can use David Allen's Get Things Done or GTD, or you can have no system at all. It doesn't really matter. But if you want to be productive, you have to use this one strategy. And I've probably stalled long enough. I've probably built up all your excitement that I possibly can. The one strategy that you need, no matter what your system is, take action. Take action. That's it. I don't care what your system is. If you don't take action, you cannot achieve your goals. I know you probably wanted to hear something more radical or life-changing than that, but my friend, it is really just that simple. I don't care what system you use, and I don't say that lightly, right? But if all you are doing is planning and creating strategy, but you never take action, you're never going to reach your goals. Fancy apps and planners, strategies and systems can help you prepare, but they can't do the work for you. If you've listened to the show before, you know that I am in the nonprofit world. I've been doing fundraising for decades. That's where I have learned so much about setting and achieving goals as we're trying to raise money every single year for nonprofit organizations. And as a major gift officer, something that I have been for many years, you cultivate relationships with the donors that are connected to your organization so that you can find where their interest is and ask them for a gift that is both meaningful for them, first and foremost, but also for the organization that I work at. Now, I have seen fundraisers fall into the trap of being what we call a friend raiser, right? Because all they do is they go out and they build those relationships. They cultivate, they build the relationship. They go and have dinner and coffee and they become friends with the donor, but they never get to the most important part, which is actually asking for the gift. The same is true for many of us when it comes to our goals. We do a great job of planning and strategizing and dreaming and hoping and wishing. But when it comes down to taking action, we get stuck. We get into that friend raiser mode when we need to be in fundraiser mode. Listen to what I'm about to say next. You are better off taking the wrong action than having the correct strategy and never taking action. Let me say that again. It's better for you to take the wrong action, to do the wrong thing, than to have the best strategy possible and never taking action on that. Because at least when you do the wrong thing, when you make a mistake, you can learn from that, and hopefully you won't make that mistake again. Failing is not bad. It's the best form of learning that there is out there. And so that's why taking the wrong action is better than taking no action at all. So why is it that we don't take action? Why is it that we spend so much time planning and dreaming and strategizing? It's that fear that keeps most of us from taking action on the things that we should be doing. We have fear that we're going to fail. We have fear about what others will think. We have fear that we don't know enough or that we aren't ready. We can even have fear of success. And I know that sounds crazy. You're saying, really? But think about it. It's the unknown. It represents change. And all of those things, even the success, can be scary, even if it's what we want. Motivational speaker and author Mel Robbins has a great book called The 5-Second Rule. I will put links to that in the show notes. I talked a little bit about it in episode 10. In this book, she says that she has invented this 5-second rule that gets us to take action. It is very simple. It's a 5-second countdown. You just count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you take the action. Now, you use this when you can't seem to do the thing that you're supposed to do, like getting out of bed in the morning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and get up. When you can't stop watching TikTok or Instagram Reels, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and put the phone down, right? If you're afraid to pick up the phone and make a call to a client or a potential client, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pick up the phone and make the call. You need to hit submit on that YouTube video or marketing campaign, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do the thing. Mel says, this is an absolutely silly and ridiculous strategy, and she never dreamed that it was going to work as well as it does. But here's why it works. As you focus on the countdown, your brain shuts off, and all the negative thoughts and emotions that you had about doing that thing just go away. You set the fear aside. And, it's that old theory of motion, right? Things that are in motion tend to stay in motion. As you start doing that countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you have started the motion. You have started the action. And all that you have to do when you get to 1 is do the next part of it, which is picking up the phone or putting down the phone or getting out of bed or whatever it is. Think about NASA. Right? Whenever I hear this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown, I think about NASA. I was fascinated by the space shuttle launches as a kid. I remember waking up really early as a little kid to watch them on TV. Then, before we moved to Maryland, my wife and I lived in Florida, and we were just a couple of miles away from Kennedy Space Center. I never got to see a shuttle launch there. They had stopped the shuttle program by that time, but we saw and we felt from our house several rocket launches. I mean, you could feel it. We were that close. But think about NASA. Think about whether it's the shuttle launch or rockets that they're launching now. What if NASA did this for their countdown? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, strategize, right? Or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, second guess. No, they do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. Because they know that they've already done the strategy. They've already done the planning. They've already crunched the numbers and run the scenarios. They are confident in what they are doing, so they need to take action. And yes, NASA has had accidents and incidents. People have died on the launch pads up in space. But I'm guessing whatever project that you are working on is probably not a life or death project. So if NASA can still have the confidence to make the countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 launch or lift off or take action, so can you. I know you can. Mel Robbins is right. The 5-second rule feels totally silly when you first try it, but believe me, it works. I use it, and then I shake my head and say that it's so ridiculous that it works. Maybe it's not for you, but you have to find a way to take action and send your plans into orbit because you have launched. Now, imagine for a minute, what if Thomas Edison hadn't taken action on his ideas about electricity? What if the Wright Brothers hadn't taken action on their flying machine and taken it down to Kitty Hawk to try that first flight? What if Steve Jobs had never made the iPhone? Now, you can make the argument that somebody else would have done all those things given enough time and the right scenarios. And you're absolutely right. They probably would have. But that's just it. Do you want someone else achieving your dreams or reaching your goals? When you don't take action, it sets the stage for someone else to take that action instead of you. You are giving them the permission to do the thing that you should be doing, the thing that you should be bringing to the world, because it not only does good things for other people, it is the thing that will bring you satisfaction and fulfillment because it matters to you. It is part of your values. It's part of your vision for your life. So don't let somebody else launch your dreams, your goals, and achieve the things that you should be achieving. Let's recap what we've talked about this episode. It's really very, very simple, but holistic productivity is all about dreaming, planning, and living your best life. Or as I like to say, dream big, plan smart, and live fully. The dream big part, man, that is so much fun because we are setting a vision for where you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years. And it's exciting because these are aligned with your values. These are the things that are important to you. But it's not enough just to have a vision. You have to plan how to reach it. And one way that I recommend planning smart is by using my Sunday Strategy weekly planning ritual. You can get that free worksheet and guide at mysundaystrategy.com. All you got to do is sign up. But the outcome of doing these things, of dreaming big and planning smart, is that we get to live a more full and complete life as we achieve the goals that are so important to us, that just answer that why for us. That's the live fully part. But what's left out of the equation is the one thing that you need to do, regardless of whether you do holistic productivity or any other system. You have to take action. You can't accomplish any of your goals without taking action. No system, plan, or philosophy can do the work for you. Only you can. And the reason that we don't take action is because of fear. And the only way to conquer fear is to just dig deep and do the thing anyways. We talked about the Mel Robbins countdown method. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to trick our brain into forgetting the fear and taking the action, starting that action so that we can just keep going. When you do this, you will be on the path to achieving your goals, and I promise you it will be exciting. And that's what I want you to do. If you've learned nothing else from any of the podcasts or my blog posts or anything on social media, any of the coaching that I've given out, I want you to take action today. Figure out the next step that you need to take and do that today. Okay? That's it for the show today. Thank you again so much for being here. Again, this is my way of helping you achieve your goals, and I'm just so glad that you are here. Check out the show notes. You can find those at holisticproductivity.com/18. All those show notes will be there. You can find links to the other podcast episodes, Mel Robbins' book, and my Sunday strategy worksheet and guide. Make sure that you have subscribed on your favorite podcast platform. Did you know you can also watch the show on YouTube? If you want to do that, make sure you go there, and a new episode will drop next Tuesday. It's going to be a great episode. I don't want you to miss it, so make sure that you subscribe, like, follow, all of that stuff. Also, if you have found this show to be valuable and are enjoying this, would you take a minute just to rate the show or give us 5 stars, whatever it is on your platform? That makes it more discoverable for other people and helps them achieve their goals as well as they find the show and start listening in. Make sure you follow at Wholistic Productivity on almost every social media platform. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, LinkedIn, YouTube, and brand new, just joined Substack. Check it out there. There's weekly things that you can read on Substack. So again, check that out. More great productivity tips and motivation. Again, thank you so much for listening in. We've been talking about it all episode, but my goal with the show is to help you dream big, plan smart, and live fully. And to do that, I hope you take action today. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.